Now today we are reading about the same book I tell you yesterday, The Wizard of Oz, and we have read the introduction of The Wizard of Oz, and we have read also the chapter number 1, Cyclone. The first chapter of The Wizard of Oz we have read in Cyclone. Now today we are reading the chapter number 2, Scarecrow. The Scarecrow, The Wizard of Oz. Chapter number 2 is the Scarecrow of the book Wizard of Oz. And today I will make my second video also. And in the second video I will read the chapter number 3. Chapter number 3's the title is A Man with No Heart, means Tin Woodman. The character name is Tin Woodman because he didn't have a heart. So he go to Oz, so give me heart. But Oz was a man, not a great wizard. He was a bad wizard. He was a bad wizard. Humbug. His name I don't know, but I will read the story. Inshallah, I will read 8 or 9 10 chapters we will reach, so you can know who is the Wizard of Oz. Okay. Now I will tell you some things in this video. The author of this book, L. Frank Baum, do the title of this book, The Wizard of Oz, because a character is in this story, whole story. In the story is one character is name related with the book's name. Okay. Now the Oz, the Oz. Now the Oz, he is also a bad wizard. And you can think as a wizard, he is this, but no, he is only a man. He betrayed everyone in the whole Ermit City. Ermit City is also place in this whole story. You will know about my 10 or 11 video. Okay. Now let's continue our chapter. Okay, let me find my book. Yes, now I find my book. This is the book I tell you also yesterday. Now let's read the book. Chapter number 2, The Scarecrow. Okay, now let's open the chapter. This is our book. Open. We have opened the chapter. Okay, now you can read the chapter. See, 2, The Scarecrow. Now we have to continue our story. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, 2, The Scarecrow. Now, the old woman told Dorothy that her house had come down in the land of Oz. I tell you in the starting video, land of Oz. You can see the name, the Wizard of Oz, so land of Oz. And there was a man named the Oz. Okay, now let's start our story. You can see I have told you in the last video about this is a woman, then it was finished, so I will try here. Now whole story of Munchkins and about Cyclone, half of stories in this. The old woman told Dorothy that her house had come down in the land of Oz. She was in the country of Munchkins. Okay, now let's start our story again. The rulers here are witches and wizards. The old woman said, some are good and some are bad. I am the good witch of north. These are just 2 other witches now. They are the good witch of the south and the wicked witch of the west. Okay, now the woman is the good witch of north, and second witch is the good witch of south. Now it's only two bad witches, two good witches. Now the wizard, now the witch of the good witch of the good witch of south and the good witch of north. The second is the east and west. Now the wicked witch of east and the wicked witch of west. Okay, now let's start our story. Okay, now there are two other and the witches now. They are the good witch of the south and the wicked witch of the west. Look, one of the munchkins cried out. He was pointing at something. They all looked at two silver shoes were lying on the ground beside the house. The feet has gone. The witches picked up the shoes. She turned them over. Black dust fled off. I thought so, she said. The wicked of the east was so old that she had turned to dust. That is the end of her. You may have the silver shoes, my dear. She gave the shoes to Dorothy. Now we have to do how get back to Kansas. Dorothy thanks to the witch and took the shoes. I must go back to Kansas, she said. Can you tell me the way? I'm afraid not, the witch answered. The big desert goes all around this land. No one can cross it. See, my dear, you must stay with us. Dorothy began to cry a lot. Then the little old woman thought of something. Of course, she said, you could go to Emerald City. I tell you, in Emerald City, the great Oz lives. Okay, that is where Oz, the great and the terrible wizards, lives. Oz will know how you can get to Kansas. How can I get to the Emerald City? Asked Dorothy. You must walk, said the witch. It's a very long way. You must go through some dark and terrible places. I will give you my kiss to keep you safe. No one in Oz will hurt a person who has been kissed by the witch of north. Okay? She kissed Dorothy on the forehead where her lips touched the little girl. They left a round shining mark. The road to the Emerald City is made of yellow bricks, said the witch. You could not miss it. The little girl and went away. And thanks the witch of north. Dorothy got ready for her journey. She had only one other dress. It had blue and white squares. Now the girl put it on. She tied her head on her head. She took a basket and filled it with a bread from the cupboard. She covered the bread with a white cloth, and then she looked at her shoes. Shoes are too old for a long journey. Toto, she said. Toto looked into her face. Toto looked at on her face. And with his bright little eyes, he barked at her happily. Then Dorothy remembered something. Perhaps those silver shoes will fit me, she said to herself. She tried them too. They fitted very well. They were size of him or her. She picked up her basket and come along. Toto, she said, and so with Toto running along behind her, she started on her journey. Dorothy found a road made of yellow bricks. Soon she was walking quickly along it towards the Emerald City. The sun was shining brightly. The birds were singing. It was a very lovely day, and the country of The Munchkins was beautiful. Dorothy was far from home, but she felt very quite happy. Okay, now I have read till this. Now you can see the pictures. Okay, here she is going. It's the yellow brick road, and this is the Toto. Then she found a friend named the Scarecrow. It's Toto, and she was stuck in the garden. So she uh, pulled his foot, so he came out of it. And she has no brain, and the Scarecrow has no brain, so he wants brains from the Great Oz, not the heart. He have not also heart, but he don't want heart. He only wants the brain. Heart only want the Tin Woodman. I will read also the Tin Woodman. Okay, now let's continue our story. Okay, now another surprise. Okay, this is the title of this paragraph. After a while, she stopped to rest. She sat down on a fence beside the road. She saw a scarecrow not far away. It was standing in the middle of a field. Dorothy looked at it. With the scarecrow, its head was a small bag stuffed with straws, okay, with eyes, a nose, and a mouth painted on it. It had an old blue pointed head on it, okay, and the rest of it was just old clothes. Okay, they too were stuffed with straws. On its feet were some big old boots. The scarecrow tied on a long pole stuck up his back. One of the scarecrow's eyes moved. Dorothy was surprised. She thought she must be dreaming. She walked up to the scarecrow and looked at more carefully. "Good day," said the scarecrow. "Did you speak?" asked the little girl. "Yes," I answered the scarecrow. "How do you do?" "I'm pretty well, thank you," replied the Dorothy. "How do you do?" "Not so good," said the scarecrow. "I hate being out here in the middle of the field." "Can you move?" asked Dorothy. "No. You see this pole stuck up my back," the scarecrow said. "If you could take me off the pole, I would feel much happier." A friend with no brains. Okay, now let's start. Dorothy lifted the scarecrow off the pole. He was stuffed with straw, so he was quite light even for a little girl. "Thank you," said the scarecrow, and Dorothy put him down. "I feel like a new man. Now who are you?" "I'm Dorothy," said the girl. "I'm going to the Element City, and I'm going to ask Great Oz send me back to Kansas." "Where's Element City?" the scarecrow asked. "And who is Oz? Don't you know?" said Dorothy in surprise. "I don't know anything," the scarecrow replied. "You see, my head is stuffed with straw, so I'm very stupid. If I go to Element City, do you think Oz would give me some brains?" "I don't know," Dorothy replied, "but you may come with me if you like. I like souls to help you." "Thank you," said the scarecrow. Now it's been friend of Dorothy. Now our journey again started. Back to Yellow Brick Road. Dorothy helped the scarecrow with the fence. Together they started on their long journey to the Element City. Dorothy hears a noise. Now our chapter is done. So in the next video we will read this, The Man with No Heart. Okay, bye.